just invite everyone to take a moment to draw close to Jesus, who this meal is about. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the moments in the Garden of Gethsemane before Jesus went to the cross, because I think it speaks a lot to what this is about and helps us think about this meal in a different way, because I, and I'm sure so many other people, can just come on a Sunday, have the blood and the wine, reflect on, how great it is, but not be changed by it. And so I just want to start from the place that this meal is about redemption. And those of you that are familiar with the Passover Seder, which the church has gone through it before, which is the Old Covenant background to the Lord's Supper. This event that we're remembering today, you may know that there are different cups of wine, and the third cup of wine is the cup of redemption. And this is the cup of wine that Jesus offered to his disciples, saying, "This is the blood of the new covenant." And it's also the cup that Jesus didn't drink himself, saying that he would not drink of the fruit of the wine again until the kingdom of heaven. To put this another way, at this meal that we remember today, the disciples had a foretaste of the redemption that Jesus was about to purchase on the cross. We use this word redemption a lot, probably without even thinking what it means. The first dictionary definition is being saved from sin, but there's also another definition which comes from the financial world, which is the action of regaining or gaining possession of something in exchange for a payment, or clearing a debt. And I don't know if you remember the verse in the Bible where it says that God is getting a people for his own possession. And this is what we're talking about. Jesus did this so that we would once more become God's possession after becoming lost to him. Now, I think there are a lot of people, particularly in the secular world, that don't like this kind of talk, because it's words that remind us of slavery, of trading human flesh, of being owned by someone. But actually, this is different. It's different because before knowing Jesus, we were already slaves. We were slaves to sin. But Jesus took on our chains, and he made us free by paying the price. By law, Jesus made us belong to him, but by grace, he made us part of his family. He elevated us to be brothers and sisters and children. It is the price that gets us to that cup of redemption, which is there and there and there and there. I'm just going to read a little bit from Matthew 26. Then Jesus went with them to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." And taking with them Peter and 2 sons of Zebedee, he began to be sorrowful and troubled. And he said to them, "My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and watch with me." And going a little farther, he fell on his face and prayed, saying, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will." My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. Those were the words Jesus spoke, recorded by Matthew. And if you look at the Greek interlinear Bible, the description that Matthew gives says that Jesus began to be sorrowful and deeply distressed. I don't know about you, but deeply distressed makes me feel uncomfortable of what Jesus was going through. And if it wasn't bad enough, Jesus tells us that his soul was so sorrowful that he is near death. And when he's talking about his soul, it means his life force, or by one definition, the breath of God. He felt like the breath of God was slipping out through his fingers at this time. Now, we cannot imagine the torment that befell the Son of God in those hours and in what that followed, except to say that he faced the punishment that awaited us all, and not with ignorance, nor with immunity, knowing that he was the Son of God, therefore he wouldn't suffer it, but his eyes were open and he was gripped by the reality of it. Because of what he has done, we can drink the true cup of redemption in the knowledge that our debt has been paid at a cost that cannot be counted or measured or even imagined by us. Yet Jesus knew. He knew it would cost him, and he knew how much it would cost him. His reaction in the garden tells us this. And he did it anyway, because he wanted to regain what he had lost. The cup is before you now. Eat the bread, drink the wine, submit yourselves to God in your own way. We have this choice. We can do this, or we can wait in the garden. But the reality is, Jesus has already paid the price, so you don't have.